Check, 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 check. Test, test, test.
Next senior, number 28, Adam Holmes.
Hello again and good evening, everyone. Welcome to High Top Sports Network's presentation of PIHL Class AA Varsity Hockey. The Armstrong Riverhawks taking on the Franklin Regional Panthers. Tonight you just watched the Armstrong Senior Night festivities. Glad to bring it to you here on High Top Sports Network. Thanks to the John F. Graff Insurance Agency, downtown Katanning, for being tonight's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor. Mr. Graff also sponsored our broadcast of the Armstrong Girls Basketball Senior Night, so much appreciated to him for stepping up here in mid-February when these Senior Night festivities go down. He is a great supporter of athletics in Armstrong County, youth, high school, everything. So thanks to John, much appreciated. We'll shout him out a little bit more during the broadcast this evening. My name is Josh Schreckengast. Don't think I introduced myself. But that's me. I'm here. We are at the Belmont. My fingertips are just a little bit chilly. But that was because I was outside at night hitting golf balls last night, and I don't think they've fully thawed yet. So the game will get underway here in about, I'm going to say 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. They haven't put the warm-up time on the scoreboard yet. So once they do that, I'll let you know, and then I'll tune out until we get the opening face-off. This evening, Riverhawks coming off a big 5-1 win over Latrobe last week. Adam Hooks with a hat trick in that one. They need to win out, basically. They've gone on some pretty rough losing streaks to start the season, and then one after a couple-game winning streak midway through the season. Not really the style of Armstrong hockey to go on sustained losing streaks, but a young team. Inexperienced up front, lost a ton of offense last year to graduation. They've had some trouble scoring some goals. But a big win last week, and they have a chance to get into those PIHL playoffs where they've really made a big mark over the past several years. Winning a Penguins Cup in 2017, getting to the finals last year, but falling to South Fayette. And they're rolling up the red carpet there for the senior night. As you can see, the jerseys hanging right there at the top of your screen. So a nice senior class here tonight, recognized prior to this game. I had to mute myself there. I was getting an echo of the stream in my ear. So kind of difficult to concentrate on what I was going to say when you're hearing what you said about 20 seconds ago. So had to mute myself there. But everything good to go here. The Zamboni is out, so we'll get the ice shaved, cleaned off, and ready for some high school hockey here on High Top Sports Network. What I'm going to do is zoom this camera out a bit so you can get a look at the hole of the ice here. Tilt her down just a touch. Whoop, that's too much. Right about there. And as I said, probably about 15, 20 minutes. Well, maybe right around 7 o'clock. That's 13 minutes from now. Usually takes the Zamboni a few minutes to clear the ice. Then the teams will get an abbreviated warm-up, I would guess, and then we'll get it underway here at the Belmont Complex in West Katanning, Pennsylvania. Great hockey rink with a lot of history. And as you go around the rafters, well, below the rafters, I guess, on the walls, up near the ceiling, you just see banners upon banners. The Armstrong Arrows obviously call this rink home. They are a tremendously successful program. The national bound teams started, I believe, 9 years ago by former Armstrong head coach Lee Grafton, and he oversees those programs today. The 16U and the 18U team just tearing it up once again this year. The Arrows girls, 19U team, obviously very, very good as well. But I like to look over to the left there where you see the old Ford City Hockey Chiefs Cup champions banner hanging down there. 23-1 that year for the Sabres. An impressive season for Ford City Hockey. And some Freeport hockey banners hanging over there. Some Wildcat banners, of course. Me being a graduate of the now defunct Katanning Senior High School. See those Wildcat banners down there as well. So very sentimental always being here. I grew up not far up the road from here. And my parents learned pretty early that I wasn't going to be a hockey player because they'd bring me down to the Belmont Open Skate, and I would end up mostly on the ice face down or on my butt. Wasn't much of a skater, not a strong skater, not strong ankles. And learned pretty early on that hockey was not the game for me, even though I love it. It's a tremendous game to watch. Obviously takes a phenomenal amount of talent and body control to be good at it. But spent many a night cheering on those Wildcats in this Belmont complex. And now, later in life, broadcasting these Riverhawks and Freeport Yellow Jackets, who also call this rink home, here on High Top Sports Network. So it's kind of come full circle. And the Zamboni just cranking along here. I wonder if there's a speed limit for those things. He's moving. Got to get this cleared quickly on a senior night, and doing a good job. As always, we love to feature the Zamboni. I seem to recall one of our broadcasts where I just kept the camera on him the whole time during an intermission. So, hey, if you can't appreciate a Zamboni, do you have a pulse? That is the question. So congratulations to those Armstrong seniors honored tonight prior to this game. Looking forward to seeing if the Riverhawks can, put a winning streak together to end the season and get back into the PIHL playoffs. Tonight they'll have to go through the Franklin Regional Panthers. So the seniors that were honored this evening prior to this game. Number 12, Landon Chrisman. Number 17, Aiden Kutch, out with an injury. So you won't be seeing him on the ice tonight. Number 22, Ethan Barnhart. Number 25, Carson Franceschi. Number 33, Logan Hooks. Number 67, Luke Lewis. Obviously, number 28, Adam Hooks, the twin brother of Logan. I skipped right past his number, so sorry about that. Adam. Where was I here on the roster? Oh, Luke Lewis, I said, number 67. Number 71, Nolan Mills. And number 72, Kira Gordon. Those were your seniors honored and recognized this evening for their contributions to Armstrong Riverhawks varsity hockey. A lot of folks in the house tonight sitting below me. Sometimes you'll hear the crowd come through on my mic, and I generally ask everyone around me to keep it clean. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on how the referees are calling the game. But generally a pretty good group around me looking below tonight. Don't foresee any problems from the fans. They certainly get loud though, and this place, it's kind of set up where the acoustics, it's a tight little barn, as they like to call them, as the one and only Brandon Fulton walks in front of me here, giving me the point. What's up, Brandon? He's an assistant coach for the Armstrong football team, and a ferocious competitor on the court. Played many a game of hoop with Brandon. But yeah, as I said, the acoustics in this place, it's tight, but the walls are such that everything just kind of rattles around. So, it's awesome for a home environment for teams that call this building home, but kind of rough for a broadcaster trying to fix up the sound so you don't just get your ears blown out when a goal is scored and the crowd goes crazy. And I don't get my ears blown out in the headset. It's always a delicate balancing act, but a great place to view a hockey game. Zamboni making one final pass. I don't want to point out that he did miss a spot. Let's see if he goes back and gets it, or if he just goes straight out. and parks that baby. And these teams are, well, they're not at the doors yet to take the ice, so nope, he's out. Didn't go back and get it. See a little spot over there by the far corner net, or far side net, I guess you would say. Not really in a corner. But the Zamboni now off the ice, so we'll pan over to the entrance where the Riverhawks come in. That's right there on your screen. They will be getting ready to take the ice here. You'll see that door pop open. And the Riverhawks in the home blue will come out and get ready to face off against the Franklin Regional Panthers. We're going to take a moment, thank some sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, and be right back for PIHL Class AA Varsity Hockey here on High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
And welcome back once more. High Top Sports Network here with you tonight. The door over at that far corner is now open, so the Riverhawks just about ready to take the ice. They have 5 minutes up on the scoreboard, so I assume the abbreviated warm-up is in place. Hawks and Panthers ready to do battle here on the ice at the Belmont. Josh Reckengost along with you this evening, ready to take that ride. I do love some hockey. It's not my first sport, as I said prior to the commercials. I learned pretty early that hockey was not going to be my game, but I grew up at a time where Mario Lemieux was at the height of his powers. I started really getting into the Penguins probably about 1988-89 season when Lemieux just went nuts. I think he had 199 points. It was the only Gretzky's had a 200-point season in the NHL, and Lemieux, I think that was 88-89. I just remember the season that he had almost 200 points. And I never had collected hockey cards before. I was always a baseball card guy, some football cards here and there, but I thought to myself, man, I better get some hockey cards of this guy. He's pretty darn good, and, you know, having him be in Pittsburgh where, you know, the Penguins had been an also-ran franchise, numerous times bankrupt, before, during, well, not after Lemieux, thank goodness, but before and during. Penguins always with some financial issues, never good, and he took them to the next level, won those cups, obviously, and, you know, I was cemented as a hockey fan for life, getting to watch that, but never played the sport, street hockey, I guess if you count that, but never played the sport competitively, though I do certainly enjoy watching it and the skill level that it takes to be successful at this game. You know, it's really a tribute to these high school players in this area. You know, everybody thinks of Western Pennsylvania as this football hotbed, and there are some sports. I think of girls volleyball, also really big in this area. Not talked about much, but hockey as well. Wrestling, of course, a big area for wrestling. But everybody, nationally kind of considers Western Pennsylvania football territory, but a lot of great players in other sports, especially hockey. So excited to be doing our first broadcast of the season here at the Belmont. And again, thanks to John F. Graff Insurance Agency. Since 1997, serving Armstrong County and Western Pennsylvania. And their experienced staff has everything to meet your insurance needs. Check them out online, dpainsurance.com/Graff-agency. Stop in downtown, 213 Market Street in Katanning. And they are this evening's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor. See, the Panthers are out of the locker room. Riverhawks not yet. They haven't approached the glass. Maybe sent word over to Franklin Regional and said, go ahead, you guys get on first. Officials taking the nets and placing them on the moorings. And here come the Riverhawks too. Metallica, of course. Like Mariano Rivera coming in to close it out. So I pulled up the standings during commercial break there, and I'll give you a quick rundown of what is going on with both of these teams. Franklin Regional currently in fourth place by themselves with 22 points. 81 goals for, 63 against. Overall record of 10-5-0-1-1. And then you got to slide toward the bottom. Riverhawks in an unfamiliar spot. 5-11-0-0-0 this year. Just 10 points on the season. Only North Hills behind them in the standings. But they could jump Bishop McCourt and Hempfield and get close to the playoffs if they continue to win on the schedule. I believe there are 3 more games after tonight. Check that out really quickly just to be accurate. Teams are warming up now. The clock is ticking down, 3:44 on the warm-up. So a quick warm-up after the senior night festivities. Yeah, and we're going to go down here to the schedule. Okay, Riverhawks beat North Hills 10-2 at the RMU Island Sports Center in Clearview. And that was back on Monday, January 29th, and a long layoff to the 8th. Beat Hempfield, I think I said Latrobe before, sorry about that. They actually have lost both to Greater Latrobe this year, although the second time around, tough game here at the Belmont. So they beat Hempfield. A win over Franklin Regional tonight would be big. A win over Penn Trafford next Monday would be huge. And then they have Fox Chapel here at the Belmont, final home game of the season on the 22nd. And then the regular season finale against Norwin. Not Normand, it's Norwin at the Palmer Imaging Arena. And that is on February 27th. So that is when the regular season will end for the Riverhawks. And as I said, they had a losing streak to start the season. Dropped 4 straight to start the year. Then they won 3 in a row and then hit the skids once again right before Christmas. Lost 5 in a row there from December 14th through January 22nd. So a tough stretch for the Riverhawks right around the holidays and into the new year. And during that time, they played Franklin Regional at Palmer Imaging Arena, a 6-3 loss. In that game, it was back on December 18th. So the Panthers most likely seeing a different type of Armstrong team here tonight. One that has won a couple in a row and knows that it is fighting for a playoff berth here. In that first game against the Panthers, got down quickly 2-0 in the first period. Derek German and Max Rakowski scoring for Franklin Regional. Both even strength goals there in the first. Then Armstrong on the board, courtesy of a Jason Rulo power play goal, assisted by Colin Kutch to make it 2-1. But then Franklin Regional, 2 more even strength goals. Jackson Faulkner and Rakowski getting his second. And that kind of put it away for the Panthers. Jake Graff, an even strength goal to make it 4-2. But then Franklin Regional put one more on the board in the second period. Rutkowski completing the hat trick, shorthanded, to make it 5-2. Riverhawks couldn't bounce back from that. Though Graff did get his second of the game, a shorthanded goal with 3:30 left in regulation. Well, in the game. I mean, they didn't go to overtime. Rulo assisted on that, so Graff had a nice game. Rulo had a nice game. That is the bulk of the Riverhawks offense in those 2 names. And I'll just run down the statistics really quickly as we got about 30 seconds left here prior to tonight's opening face-off. And here are the stats. Boy, I love Point Streak. Well, it used to be Point Streak. It's now PIHLhockey.com. And I'll tell you what, I wish every sport was as comprehensive as this website. There's the buzzer, but you see, well, you don't see it. I don't have a graphic for it. But Jake Graff leading the team in points, 12 goals, 16 assists for Graff for 28 points. Right behind him, Rulo, 12 goals, 7 assists for 19 points. And Adam Hook, 6 goals, 18 assists. 12 goals and 6 assists for 18 points. So Riverhawks have 3 goal scorers in double figures, and you're used to seeing 3 goal scorers with 20 or more. Here at Armstrong, that's what it was a year ago. Tons of offense for the Riverhawks last year, but graduation, as it is for every sport at the high school level, always a killer, taking out talent. That's the way it is, and Riverhawks have done a great job keeping this program successful throughout the transition of players graduating. So we're going to get the national anthem here, and then we will get to the action here on High Top Sports Network, thanks to John F. Graff Insurance Agency, tonight's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor. And we have a singer of the national anthem, I believe. Trying to see who it is. Oh. Well, quite a stirring rendition of the Star Spangled Banner there. Didn't catch a name prior to her going into the booth there. I think I was still talking when she started to sing, so apologies to America for that one. Didn't mean to disrespect you, old girl. But whoever that was, I'm going to try and find out a name. She did a phenomenal job singing the national anthem. And I always like to point out when we have a student or someone connected to the program or the school, when they sing the national anthem, I like to give them their due on the broadcast, because it's not an easy song to sing. If you've ever tried to sing it for real, it is not easy. All right, both teams on the ice, opening face-off about to happen here. Riverhawks got to get a win to stay alive in that PIHL Class AA race. Whoop, that's my finger trying to adjust the camera a little bit. And we're underway. First shot, ricocheted off of Franceschi, I think, and nearly hopped into the net. That would not have been a good start for the Riverhawks. And trying to clear the zone right now, Armstrong. That one going to be pushed ahead to the Panthers' end. And right back. That one deflected at the blue line, Riverhawks. Keep it and dump it from center red, but Franklin Regional not letting it get deep. And just playing back and forth here, these two teams. And Rulo in, he picked the puck. Oh, shot on net, save, and nearly a great opportunity there for the Riverhawks in the early going. Rulo with a takeaway and got a shot on net there. Big save by the Panthers goaltender. And Franklin Regional in net for the Panthers. That is David Valentino. So I got my rosters here now. Just didn't want to say number 20, Valentino with a good save. Rulo had that takeaway. And the first opportunity for the Riverhawks, and out come the Panthers here across the blue line. And picked up by Armstrong, going to take it past center ice. Oh, playing the boards to himself right there was Hooks. He gets in, shot low. Valentino closed the pads. And a one and done. Oh, man, here comes. That was Hiller, I believe, coming in there for Armstrong and taking the puck and getting a shot that Valentino covers up. Jonas Miller with that shot on goal. I said Hiller, I think. I meant Miller. Sorry about that. Jonas Miller, number 20, the sophomore, got that shot. Oh, deflection in on net off of Graff's stick. And Valentino somehow got a piece of it. That was a great deflection by Graff right there. He used the middle of his stick, had it close to his hand, so Valentino had no idea where it was and somehow got a piece of it to keep it out of the net. Riverhawks nearly strike there. And Graff, just a sophomore for this Riverhawks team, and man, oh man, he's putting up a nice year. As I said, the leading scorer on this Armstrong team, tied for the lead in goals with Jason Rulo and Adam Hooks, and 16 assists, leads the Riverhawks at 28 total points for Graff. And booted out of the face-off circle right there is the Panthers' number 19. That was Joey Costella. Puck going the other way, all the way down, and no icing. Riverhawks pick it up and start the other way. Send it across. In now is Armstrong. And dumped in low. Franceschi couldn't handle it, but Graff able to keep it in. Excuse me, that's Kutch. Colin Kutch kept it in. Oh, it skips over the stick of Graff right there and out of the zone. Graff trying to take it in himself. Poke checked it away. Loose puck in the corner. That one popped up. Rulo there trying to settle it, but Hooks comes out of there with it. Hooks into the slot, fires. It's up high and wide over Valentino's right shoulder. Graff going to take a slap shot. Trying to deflect in front was Hooks. So the Riverhawks getting some sustained pressure right now. 8 shots to 1. Armstrong on top here in that category. And another one sent in by Graff. Franceschi couldn't get a stick on it. Valentino gloves it down. And we'll have a face-off. Well, I will tell you one mistake that I've made tonight. I forgot my vitamin water in the car. So if anybody in the arena has this on and can bring me some hydration, you know where I'm at. I'm in the perch. I would call it the Hawk's Nest, but that would seem to be too, it wouldn't be objective. It wouldn't be good journalistic ethics. It would make me look like a fan. So I'm in the crow's nest. And this one swung over to Mirando. He's got an opening shot, saved by Valentino. And still a fight for it in front of the net. Franklin Regional having trouble clearing the puck. And here goes Miller trying to pull it away, but Franklin Regional gets to it first and tied up on the far boards. Out of there with it. Falling down was Hooks. That was Logan. And pounding for it at the net, Miller. Well, Chrisman raised his hands as if he scored the goal because he tried to flip it over Valentino. The official says no immediately. They put a goal on the scoreboard, but that is not going to count for the Riverhawks. Don't know if the official, do we have a penalty? No penalty. Official must have lost sight of that puck while it was in the crease. Valentino sprawling everywhere, trying to keep that puck out of the net, and he's already got 13 shots against him in the first 3 minutes and 42 seconds. So Riverhawks peppering Valentino in net for the Panthers. And you got to give credit to Valentino. He's done a great job making some saves, keeping the puck. Oh, there's a turnover. Stolen away and in on net, and that will be covered up by the Riverhawks goaltender, number 39, Rexton Huff. He's been playing well, the junior in net for Armstrong, Rexton Huff. As I mentioned, Hawks have won a couple in a row. Wins over North Hills and Hempfield coming into this one. Riverhawks cycle it around, back out. And a shot. Oh, man, last minute save there, or last second save there by Huff. As Tenswin, I believe, took that shot, and now we're going to have a break-in. And it's going to be offsides, I believe, against the Riverhawks. 12:21 left here, first period on this John F. Graff Insurance Agency game night. Riverhawks and Panthers here at the Belmont in West Kittanning. Senior night for the Riverhawks. And Chrisman tried to lay the boom behind the net, but whiffed on that check. Not sure who he was trying to get. I think it was number 19 for the Panthers. That would be Joey Casella. And going the other way are the Hawks. This one out to Chrisman at the left point. Puts it in for Miller. He just backhands it toward the opposite corner there. And Graff has it. Oh, spinning. He's trying to get around two Panthers. Being held up right there. Graff gets his stick free. Kicks the puck to himself. And he finds Rulo. Rulo tried to pull the trigger quickly, but good stick check there by the Panthers. Number 24, Derek German. And in come the Panthers, skating in, and the puck gets knocked away and out of there. Franceschi wearing the C for the Riverhawks. And Panthers can't clear, fired back in. I believe that was Mirando. And here's Colin Kutch. Ooh, deflected around. Valentino uses his stick to keep it out. So the Riverhawks doing a good job getting in front of those pucks, screening off Valentino, trying to get those deflections, and they've certainly gotten their stick on one. Graff with the best one so far, nearly put into the net early on in this game. And sent all the way down the ice for an icing call. The Riverhawks will be whistled for the infraction. Well, they're not taking it all the way down, so It will not be an icing call. And an interesting thing that I've just noticed, I'm going to have to ask Riverhawks assistant coach Glenn Kilgore about this. No last names for the officials on the jerseys this year. Up until this point, I always thought that was unique, that high school hockey officials would have their last name on their jersey, but this year both of the officials out there on the ice, neither have the last name on. So I wonder what prompted that change. I could speculate, but I will not. I'll find out from Coach Kilgore and see what the skinny is on that particular topic. And puck at center ice here, controlled, dumped from center red in on Huff. He kicks it to the corner. And that one up high, tried to glove it down. Did the Riverhawks in front. And puck still in the Armstrong end here. On that pass, trying to get out front, comes back to Gray at the point. He fires toward the net. Huff with the save in close. Smacked at a couple of times by the Panthers. Looked like Casey Schrader had a good opportunity, but Huff stands tall. A couple of saves for the junior netminder for the Riverhawks, Rexton Huff. So right now, Riverhawks lead 15-7 in shots on goal. Was 13-1 at one point. Franklin Regional has started to fire back. Face-off won by the Panthers. Williams tried to center, and that puck taken away by the Hawks. Trying to get through was Rulo. He's cut off by Tenswan. And the Panthers will clear. A big check on the boards in front of the penalty box right there by the Riverhawks. And now in deep and skating by himself over there in the corner. That was Max Williams, and excuse me, back to Williams, and oh, that was out, and it's going to be whistled, but no, the Riverhawks have control, so no whistle there. Good hold up by the official not to blow that one dead. Did not prevent the Riverhawks from clearing the puck or having a chance at the other end, but Franklin Regional defense did. So that one knocked around. That is Colin Kutch. Oh man, slick move there by Kutch to get around a Panther and get that puck out cleared. And now stopping and surveying is Logan Hooks. Excuse me, Adam Hooks. You got to give me, I've messed him up for a few years now. Oh, and pounded by Franceschi right in front of the rebound, but he missed the net. Unbelievable chance right there for the Riverhawks. And Carson Franceschi just couldn't hammer it home. Valentino kicked it out off the original shot. That save went right to Franceschi's stick, and it looked like he had a wide open net. He just missed. And Franceschi's going to be thinking about this one. Backing in is Hooks, and he tried to take it to the backhand right there, but unable to pull the trigger. So the game remains scoreless. Riverhawks have had some golden opportunities so far as we tick down to just about 7 minutes left here in the first period of this John F. Graff Insurance Agency game night here on High Top Sports Network. A big check in front of the Armstrong student section gets them fired up. And the regional might have a chance here. Oh, that pass a little bit behind. Derek German went off his skate, and he was wide open, but just unable to find him there. And German buries Logan Hooks, and Hooks is not too happy about that. So some words exchanged, but the face-off will be to the left of Franklin Regional goaltender David Valentino. Senior netminder for the Panthers. Face-off won by Franklin Regional. Oh, man, a hit from behind by Rulo on Faulkner. And that keeps the puck with the Riverhawks, fired in by Graff, and it's stopped by Valentino. .6:23 left here, first period. Face off, controlled again by the Panthers, and they're going to try and break out. But the Riverhawks come up with the puck. And skating with speed, Colin Kuchik throws a shoulder while handling the puck. Gotta love that. Turned it over, but the Riverhawks get back to it. Franklin Regional closing off the entry attempt there by Aiden Mirando. And Rulo gets the puck in the corner, slowly surveys. Swing it over to Miller. Miller behind the net to Graff. Graff changes course right there. Skates around Miller. Tried to go back into the slot for Miller right there, who has the puck. Miller centers. Nobody home. And off the boards and to the Panthers. And a good check behind the net by Mirando to knock the Panthers off the puck. This one back to center ice. And dumping it deep was Mark Gray for Franklin Regional, number 77. Puck back in the Armstrong net. Logan Hooks tracks it down. And Mirando sends it up. And he's got a man. Will they get there? And Franceschi hustling down there, beating the icing call. Loose puck picked up by, I think that's Liptak, who has the puck. It is indeed Bruce Liptak, the freshman out there, getting some run. Liptak stick handling. Boy, he's speedy. And Hooks keeps it low to the net. Saved by Valentino. Kept the pads closed. Kick to the corner. Franceschi picks it up into the slot. Goes over Liptak's stick, but right to Riley Pashear, I believe. And Franklin Regional controls. They break in to the Armstrong end. And pass into the slot. Tried to get a quick wrister off there, did Williams, but good stick check by the Riverhawks defense. And that pass gets past the Riverhawks number 67, senior Luke Lewis, with the flowing mane. What do they call it in hockey? Lettuce? Long hair? I think it's lettuce. For some reason I want to say cabbage, but I think that's something else. So Armstrong controlling now. Coach Jeremy getting a fourth line out there. It's so important at any level of hockey, really, to be able to roll 3-4 lines. Right now, the Riverhawks are getting their chances against Valentino and the Panthers, but you got to give credit to Valentino. Valentino, don't think it has an accent above the N. Valentino. I got to give him credit. Standing strong. He's already faced 20 shots. Oh, great pass into the slot. Rulo finds number 31 for the Riverhawks. Derek Crispin, fresh off the bench, coming in with the fresh legs, and Rulo with a great cross-ice pass, setting up Crispin, quick wrister, and beats Valentino for the first goal of the game. 2:48 left here in the first. Armstrong on the board first. 1-0 Hawks. Here's where I need a color guy. He could go, yeah, Josh, that was a great pass by Rulo across the ice there. Crispin coming in off the bench, found him, and Crispin did not miss. And then I could take a breather. So I got an extra headset here. If someone's in the arena, wants to come up and do some color with me, feel free. I haven't gotten a drink yet, so I don't feel like anyone's watching the broadcast here at the Belmont. But hey, maybe if you're at home and think, I'll go in there and help out. Bring Shrek a vitamin water or a soda. or just a regular water. Heck, even something out of a mud puddle. Anything wet to coat the vocal cords. You don't realize how much you need it until you do a job like this. Riverhawks strike first. Really, really nice pass by Rulo. Through traffic, cross ice, and right on the stick. You know, it was a picture-perfect pass there by Rulo over to Chrisman, and he came in, pinched from that defensive position, saw that everybody was over on that side with Rulo, and Rulo found him. Chrisman just fired a wrister. I don't think Valentino even had a chance to get his body back even close to that puck. So excellent play, good execution by the Riverhawks, and they get on the board before the end of the first period. Always great to get the first goal in hockey. Statistically, teams a much better chance of winning when they do score that first goal. And the Riverhawks did it on their 23rd shot of the first period. Also, a great statistic, if you're leading in shots on goal 23-8 in a period like the Riverhawks are now, certainly increases your chances of victory. And that's what Armstrong needs, is a win tonight and then a couple more to close out the season to hope to get into those PIHL AA playoffs. We're going to get a holding call against the Panthers, number 53 for Franklin Regional. That's Igor Coughlin, Khaklin, Coughlin. I don't know, first name is definitely Igor, so at least I got that right. The young man over there serving the minor penalty for a hold. Igor, I apologize if I butchered your last name. Mirando off the faceoff. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Mirando, that was Rulo. Sorry about that. Rulo off the faceoff took a shot from the blue line, missed high and wide. Hit the boards, and then that puck comes back toward Rulo. And Hook's able to keep it in. Hook's using his skates right now, trying to keep the puck away from Sinclair. Oh boy, that puck just slowed down enough for Williams to catch up to it. But the Riverhawks able to take it back. And Rulo tried to kick it ahead to himself. A little bit too long. So Franklin Regional a chance to clear. The final 5 seconds of the first period. Riverhawks are going to have about a minute 9 left of power play time here in period number 2. So what more can you say about that opening period? Boy, the Riverhawks, I don't know if it's just the fact that it's senior night or that they know they have to keep winning to keep their season and their postseason hopes alive. But I mean, they were flying out there, and Valentino in net for the Panthers, just a barrage of shots against him. Did a good job, really, to keep it 1-0 Armstrong. Here's some Pitbull on the speakers here at the Belmont. High Top Sports Network, big fans of Mr. Worldwide. We also do believe that he wears sunglasses at all times. Only 3 people have ever seen his actual eyeballs. His mom, his wife, and his kid. That's it. I don't think anybody else ever has. So no intermission between the first and the second period in high school hockey. We're getting right back to the action. The Riverhawks up 1-0 over the Panthers as period number 2 gets underway. The lone goal in the first period scored by Derek Chrisman, assisted by Jason Rulo. And Armstrong again sustained time in the Panthers end. Liptek, fanned on my hooks right there. He might have had an opportunity Looked like he was trying to go high over the shoulder of Valentino right there because the lift on the stick indicated he was trying to go up high with the puck. Just a little fan on that shot there by Hooks. And Valentino covers up. 16:07 left. Second period, Riverhawks 1. Franklin Regional Panthers 0 here on this John F. Graff Insurance. I did it again. I did it the other night too. Insurance Agency. Insurance should actually be combined. Let's be real. That should be a real word. Insurance Agency. You know what I mean when I say insurance. Well, Graff digs that one out after the face-off. Graff trying to keep control with Casella. That pass sent in front. Graff trying to find Franceschi. And spinning out of a check right there in the corner is Hooks. Drops it back, Franceschi. Rulo had it knocked away by German, who came off the bench right there in a change. But Riverhawks still in command. And let me see what happened there. Oh, yeah, shot in on net by Graff. And I was waiting to see if Valentino actually had the puck in his possession. It was in his midsection there, so he covered it up. Got the whistle. And the Riverhawks starting out this second period in much the same fashion as they played in the first period, just getting pucks on net or in Valentino's direction. Faceoff is controlled by Armstrong. Dump it deep behind the net right there. Graff battling for it, as was Jonas Miller. And Armstrong came out of there with it, but finally on the stick of the Panthers. And they try and push it ahead. And we have a whistle. Seems as though the official is pointing, well, it might have gone up, off the Armstrong bench. That happens quite a bit. Players kind of leaning over there, the boards in front of their bench. Sometimes it'll hit a mitt, somebody's glove, get up there and hit somebody in the body and drop back down. So astutely whistled dead and a face-off. But Rulo coming in there and knocking number 10, Rylan Case, off the puck. But Rulo gets it back. He sends it across ice to Mirando. Mirando over to Kutch. Kutch, his pass deflected up into the Panthers' end. Hooks trying to get out of there with it, and nearly does, but finally poked away by Case, and Franceschi just shrugs Case's check off. Keeps moving with the puck, and tried to get it deep right there. Looked like he was trying to find Rulo, and that puck in on net, so Huff will glove it and slide it over to Kutch. Kutch has that one go past him, but Franceschi there. Still had the stick lifted by Williams. And a shot on goal there, no. And that one blocked down, Liptak. Tried to chip it over. I believe that was the Panthers' number 65, Brian Compton. He tried to tip it over Compton and keep going with speed, but puck ends up out of play. And off the face-off shot, that one deflected to the corner. Riverhawks. Oh boy, what a backhand through the slot, and just like that, a goal by Casey Schrader, I believe, number 13. He goes through the slot and just fires a backhand. Huff never saw it. Tie the game at 1 apiece. Well, that'll bring the face-off back to center ice. We're all tied up 1 apiece. 13:47 left here in the second period. Armstrong and Franklin Regional, senior night here for the Riverhawks at the Belmont Complex. So about to stand over that one. And face off one by the Panthers. And coming out of there with speed is Franklin Regional. And a great bit of stick handling right there by Tyler Spears, number 43. And unable to handle it at the blue line there was Schrader, who just scored that goal. And get ahead, Lewis tried to chase it down. And Lewis unable to do so. Puck being knocked around here between the blue lines. And loose puck in front. Tipped away by the Panthers, and now a little breakout for Franklin Regional. Shot. Huff made the save. And Franceschi corrals the rebound. Now Franceschi trying to carry it up the middle of the ice. Does so. Got around a couple of guys, but unable to go the distance. However, it will be carried in by Armstrong. And a goal quickly. Wow, unbelievable. Turn your head for a second, don't blink. As that one scored by Logan Hooks on senior night. And the Riverhawks strike back. Now they retake the lead 2-1 here, 12-14. So I didn't hear an announcement on the last two goals. Let's see if we get one. Well, Mirando and Franceschi will pick up the helpers on Hooks' goal. Yeah, I'm not used to hearing the PA mic so low. It was kind of low during senior night. I tried to really raise the volume on my microphone here so you guys could hear what was going on, but normally a bit louder. Oh man, I didn't change that score. Apologies. Just have to send it through. Boom, there you go. 2-1 Riverhawks. As I mentioned in the open, Franklin Regional, excuse me, in fourth place in the conference. Or division, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. .11:36 left, second period, face-off in the Riverhawks end. But out of there with it. Armstrong at center ice trying to keep it. They could not. And Franklin Regional tries to move the puck. Oh, big hit there by Graff. He levels Williams. And Armstrong's Mirando shoots wide. Little fanning on that puck, and Rulo trying to hit a breakout pass. Well, big pile up in front of Huff. He falls on it. Kutch gets wiped out. Barnhart trying to pull his teammate off. of Nolan Savinda. And don't know if we're going to get a penalty here on Kutch. No, he skates off. Well, that's going to send Colin Kutch to the penalty box. And a power play here for the Panthers. 10:33 left in the second period. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengast here with you this evening. Senior night for the Riverhawks here at the Belmont. And shot on goal by Williams, I think. Couldn't see the number. Shorthanded opportunity for the Hawks. Owen Hooks tried to put on the brakes and go against the grain there, but missed the net. Valentino certainly bid on that. Well, carrying the mail right there are the Panthers, but they turn it over at the blue line and dump deep once again. So under a minute left of power play time for the Panthers. And the Hawks going to clear it again. So Riverhawks doing a good job here on the penalty kill. And in on net. Oh, what a save by Valentino as Graff had a glorious shorthanded opportunity right there. But Valentino kicking out that left leg and making a spectacular save on the streaking Jake Graff as he came in charging. So that would have been a shorty for Graff, but Valentino able to stand tall. Well, he really didn't stand tall. He just was able to contort his body. And now we're going to have another opportunity. Here's Rulo breaking in, fires right into the gut of Valentino. Another save. I thought Rulo might try to pick a corner right there, but he went for the 5-hole just a little bit high. And the penalty to Kutch is over. Oh, man. Another save by Valentino. I think that was Franceschi pulling the trigger on that one. And Liptak chased it down in the corner, got it back out. And trying to find Liptak on the give and go was Adam Hooks as Logan Hooks skated off right there. And a little post, I think. Now the official, excuse me, speaking with Valentino right there. We're at 7:48 left. Whoa, nearly knocked a whole bunch of stuff down on top of the great fans below me. It was put the elbow into the remote in the rosters, but able to hang on. Face off just outside of the Panthers' end. One back by Franklin Regional. And I apologize, folks. I got a sneeze coming here. It's going to be wicked. So, if you hear something very loud and kind of like a migrating goose, that's my nose. Oh boy, what a shot right there. And it's tied again as a wicked, wicked wrister. That was number 21, Brendan Yohe, tying it up for the Panthers. looking down at my roster to see if I could see who got the assist there. And I'll get that score updated for you in just a second. Tied up at 2. Exactly 7 minutes left, and dumped in by the Hawks, but that's going to be an icing. Well, the deuces are wild here, 2-2 in the second period. Only thing that would make it better is if there were 2:22 on the clock. So face-off controlled by Armstrong, trying to step out. Oh, that puck controlled and pushed back in by Brian Compton. Compton's got some size out there. Doesn't seem like he's afraid to throw the body around. Rulo picks up the loose puck. Tried to clear it, no dice. And just skating it across right there. His Hooks tried to get through Compton, but the big man able to stop it. And a shot past Huff on the left side. Ooh, nearly a huge collision there between Graff and Savinda. Shot on net there, knocked away by Huff to the corner. 5:40 left here in the second period. And that one gets out of the Riverhawks' end. All the way back down, touched up by Valentino, drops it off for his teammate. Well, that was Liptak. Getting it out to Kutch, who fires in the high puck. Glove down by David Valentino, another save for the Franklin Regional goaltender. He's up to 30 shots faced tonight. The pace on that has slowed, though, for the Riverhawks. And the face-off looked to be won by Franklin Regional, but out of there with it comes Hooks. Hooks turns and fires that one up to the shoulder of Valentino. He gloves it. And that puck, out of there with it are the Panthers. Fired in off of Huff. Oh boy, long pass. And trying to go short side, and he does. What a goal by Carson Franceschi. Makes it 3-2 Hawks, 4:49 left second period. Great outlet pass as well, setting up Franceschi, and Franceschi, quick wrister, short side. Gets it past Valentino, and the Riverhawks go ahead once more. Get her back over here, writing something down. Trying to recall the goal scorers, of course. So for the Riverhawks, Franceschi, Rulo, Crispin. Knocked off the puck right there. Are the Panthers going the other way, or trying to go the other way? Or the Hawks, Riverhawks, Rulo trying to spring Graff. And covered up by Rexton Huff. Just over 4 minutes left in the second period. Armstrong back on top, courtesy of a pretty goal by Carson Franceschi. As I said, short side getting in tight. And once he was that tight, caught Valentino leaning just a little bit off that post. And Franceschi, the captain, able to bury it. And here come the Hawks. That pass just a little bit too strong for Liptak, but and dumped in by Colin Kutch. Ooh, blocked right there off the shin pad. That one's going to sting a little bit for Casella. Well, fighting the corner for it. And out of there with it are the Panthers. Hooks trying to force a turnover. And up off the glass and out. (3-2) Riverhawks. We're under 3 minutes left. Second period of play. Big game for Armstrong. Got to win to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Well, we're going to have a penalty against Franklin Regional. Well, my mother had a birthday today. Dr. Deborah Snyder. Happy 69th birthday to the woman who brought me into this world, and I was reminded of her by the song currently playing. 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, or as my mom would call it at a wedding, Pump It Up, play the Pump It Up by Bruno Mars. So happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching at home. Oh boy, turnover right there. Nearly a costly mistake. Huff makes the save, and boy, trying to give the lead back. That was a bad turnover, but I'll tell you what, Huff stood tall right there. Nick Mattis, number 97, opened himself up for a good shot on Huff, but Huff stood tall, made the save. And flying up the ice. Hooks right now, stick handling through everyone. And gets sandwiched in the slot. That one kicked down and kept it nicely by Rulo. Drop it back off. Hooks to Rulo. Rulo fires. That one goes wide of the net, but it comes to Graff. So Graff shoots up high. And crossing in front was Franceschi, and that kept the puck out of Valentino's hand. So he could not cover up for a face-off. .145 left. That one deflected up. Does not touch the netting, so play stays alive. And into the middle. Oh, wow, what a play. Hooks to Hooks. Brotherly love right there, the connection. And I'll tell you what, an incredible play by Adam Hooks in the slot, using his body almost like a basketball rebounder right there, keeping the box out on. And he took a feed from his brother right on the stick. Never let the Franklin Regional defender get anywhere near that puck, just kind of kept the butt out, boxed his defender out, and then just ripped a wrist shot from about 15 feet right past Valentino. And now the Hawks open up a 2-goal lead with 1:22 left here in the second period. So Hooks to Hooks. The brothers strike together on senior night. And that's a play, just a senior play right there. You know, get into that slot, get body position on your defender. And I didn't see the number of the Panther who was on the backside of Hooks, but Hooks just got that puck right on the tape from his brother and ripped it home. And another penalty going to go against Armstrong here. So just as they did, unless the Panthers can score with 44.1 seconds left, you know, it's going to be Franklin Regional starting the third period with a fresh patch of ice and power play time. So 2 minutes on the board. That penalty going against the Riverhawks, number 87, Aiden Miranda. Oops, sorry about that. I was adjusting something on the screen and dumped down. So obviously no icing. Riverhawks on the penalty kill. That was interference called on Miranda. And kicked all the way back down. That one nearly turned over. Oh, another chance. This one's shorthanded. And that'll do it in the second period. The late goal by Adam Hooks gives the Riverhawks a bit of a cushion, 2-goal lead. As we head to intermission, it'll be a 10-minute intermission, I believe. And that'll give me a chance to go get some drinks, some kind of hydration as the student section filters out. I'm going to cut in front of all those kids in line and tell them this is an emergency. I'm going to need to jump the line. And most likely I'll get some eye rolls. You know how it goes with teenagers. I could say anything to them and they'd roll their eyes at me. Trust me, I have 2 of them, I know. Hey, you won $1 million. Oh, jeez, they'd roll their eyes at you. But I'm going to go grab myself a water or some kind of beverage over there at the concession stand across the way. Riverhawks 4-2. Couple of big goals late in that second period after Franklin Regional was able to tie it at 2 apiece. Hook scoring and Franceschi scored. Give the Riverhawks a 2-goal advantage here as we get ready for the third period. Zamboni out. Not going to sit up here and follow it around. Tempted to, but I will not. So they don't have time on the board here for intermission, so I better make it quick. Usually they'll put up 10 minutes, I believe. So I'm going to run down and get a drink, and we'll update the period on the scoreboard. We're going into the third. 4-2 Riverhawks here on senior night at the Belmont. Josh Reckengoss with you here on High Top Sports Network. I'll be back in a jiff for the third period. Alrighty, thanks to the wonderful ladies at the Armstrong, at the Belmont Complex concession stand. Hooked me up with a couple of Propel waters. I cut the line in front of students, just as I said I would. Jack Valasak and Sophia DiGregorio among them. They didn't see me, I was slick. I did say something in Jack's ear and he turned around and I walked right past him. So we're back to the action here at the Belmont. Riverhawks up 4-2, third period just underway, senior night. Riverhawks looking to stay alive. I spoke with John Yakmak a little bit at the intermission on the way over. And I said, confirm, Riverhawks need to win. And he said, yes, win in regulation. So don't think shootout victories or overtime wins are going to help. I'm not sure how that works. He said, yeah, if they win out in regulation. So maybe he just, he knows more about hockey than I do. So I'm not sure, but he said, yeah, they got to win out to get in. So I said, all right, good. I said that because I read it. So I don't know if there are any more qualifiers to it, the wins in regulation. Because if you look at the records on the standings, it takes into account wins, losses, overtime wins, losses, and shootout wins. So there's 5 different things on the standings. So I assume, there's tiebreakers and whatnot associated with those different categories in the one-loss column. So either way, or anyway, Riverhawks need a W here, and I'm sure it would be preferable if they got it in regulation, not allowing a point. I guess that's what it would be if they allowed points to the teams they were trying to jump. That wouldn't be very helpful to them. So Riverhawks got 15 minutes and 7 seconds to try and hold on to this 2-goal lead and close it out for their 3rd victory in a row and try and keep those playoff hopes alive. Late goal there in the second period by Adam Hooks, set up by his brother Logan. A little cushion for the Riverhawks, 2-goal lead as that one thrown in on Huff. He covers it up. But yes, thanks again to the fine folks at the Belmont Center concession stand for slicking me up with a couple of tasty Propel waters. This one is orange raspberry, and I gotta say, it tastes pretty good. And I told them, I said, my throat is shredded. Oh, nearly deflected an own goal. Yikes. Chrisman, don't think he wants that goal on his stat sheet. He does have a goal against the opponents tonight. But he tried to deflect that one to the corner, and it went right off the shaft of his stick and hopped just about, I'd say less than a foot away from that far post there to the right of Huff. So Chrisman dodging one right there, and the Riverhawks get a break because, boy, that was really close to an own goal. And right now, fired in. Oh, good save at the last second there by Huff. Kicked it away with that right leg. Got the blocker down there, too. It was kind of angled, so I don't know. It might have been a blocker save. That one, tried to keep it in, did Compton, but it got knocked back to center ice. And back behind the Riverhawks net. Chrisman lost an edge a little bit right there and got checked, but able to hold on to the puck, and that one fed ahead as Lewis tries to track it down. And the power play long over here for the Panthers. They were unable to score on that man advantage. So 13-13 left here in period number 3. Riverhawks 4, Franklin Regional 2. First line out there for Armstrong, Graff, Rulo, and Miller. And face off, one back. Riverhawks control, stick checked right there. Puck goes up into the air, and Bashir comes out of there with it. Looking forward to seeing Rory Bashir on the mound here for the Riverhawks baseball team shortly. Can't believe it, it's already mid-February. So Rory and his Riverhawks teammates made the playoffs last year. And Rory was voted the High Top Sports Network Breakout Player of the Year, and a stick gets up high on Rulo. Franklin Regional going to be whistled for a penalty, and getting it in to the Panthers' end. That was Hooks, and now touched up by Savinda. So I believe Savinda's the one going to be heading off. Looked like he got in close. Got that stick up on Rulo. Yep, high sticking against Savinda. So he sits down. Riverhawks go on the power play. As I mentioned, Rory Bashir, our Breakout Player of the Year last year on the High Top Sports Network Awards. First ever. You don't say first annual. A lot of people say first annual. You don't. You say second annual and first ever. So last year's was the first ever. In front of a wood pile as our backdrop. And animals making cameo appearances throughout. Got a little something better planned for this year, I hope. Stay tuned to the network. You'll find out. Got some things in the works. The wheels are a-moving. Do something a little better for the second annual High Topper Awards. Listen, I don't mind sitting in front of a woodpile doing a show. It's fun, especially when the dogs keep showing up and cat. You know, any animal that decides to wander out of the woods, we'll have them on. But maybe a nicer venue in store for the second annual High Toppers. We'll see. We'll keep you posted. And that puck taken away. Franklin Regional going to get an odd man rush maybe. And down. Oh, wow. Huff stuck his glove out and looked at it like he was surprised the puck was in it. What a save by Rexton Huff. Backing off that puck, and then it was fired in. And boy, he looked in his glove like he did not expect the puck to be in there. Trust me, I know that feeling. I've done it at first base. You know, you catch a line drive down the line, and that one again in front of Huff. And that's, you know, Huff will fall on it. A little pushing and shoving behind the net there, broken up by the official. Franceschi was in there and gave a little push out of the way there to Brendan Yohe, who has a goal in this game. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing first base and you're up the line looking for a bunt, and someone turns on it and just rips one your way and you stick the glove out, sometimes if it goes clean in the netting, you don't really know it's in there. Clean in the webbing, I guess. And that's kind of what Huff did. He was backing off the puck as it kind of, the rush, I think he was playing the pass, already trying to shift across the crease right there to face the shooter that was coming down on the left side. And then I think it was Yohe who took the shot. I have to go back and look at it. But, ooh, boy, Graff got in there quick and nearly tried to slide one across the goal line behind Valentino, but misses the net, and out of the Riverhawks end comes the puck. So a big save by Rexton Huff nonetheless keeps this a 2-goal game as we approach 10 minutes to play in the third period. Riverhawks looking for their third straight victory. Franceschi fires, deflected in front by Hooks. That be the Hooks of the Atom variety. Oh, that puck stolen away. A turnover there by the Riverhawks. Drop it off to Yohe. A poke checked out of there by Logan Hooks. Good defensive play. And the Hooks brothers all over this game right now. That one's slung around by Adam all the way down. No icing. Under 10 minutes left as Miller gives pursuit. Puck dumped off there And Faulkner lost it. Swinging around, Mirando has it in his skates, pulls it out, fires. That one knocked down by Faulkner, and out of there with it are the Panthers. Get it up to center ice. Oh man, and Bruce Liptak takes the puck away. Liptak in, fires, and Valentino with the save. And puck still tied up behind the net. Here's Miller trying for it. And that puck goes down the middle of the ice. Riverhawks are back to get it first. Colin Kutch. Oh, and he's being hooked up right there around the waist. No call. And that was right in front of the official. And it was a pretty blatant hook. Oh, what a save by Rexton Huff on the back door. And that's the hockey gods giving a little justice to the Riverhawks, because Kutch was definitely being hooked up there by number 38, Jackson Faulkner, right in front of the official. And then on the backdoor pass, Tyler Spears all by himself. And Huff dives across the crease, makes the save, and keeps it a 2-goal lead for Armstrong. What a play by Rexton Huff. And hooks, and Faulkner scrap, and fired on it is Franceschi, and the penalty is going to be a hook against the Riverhawks, and Hooks going to go off for interference, I believe they call. Interesting turn of events here. 8:18 left in the third period of this John F. Graff Insurance Agency game night. Face off to the right of Rexton Huff. Franklin Regional on the power play now, once again scoreless there last time with the man advantage. And fired from the left dot there. That one pulled by Max Williams, but Huff up to the task. Makes the save, 8:04 left. Armstrong trying to hang on here, 1:46 left on the man advantage for the Panthers. Oh, slipping and falling there was Faulkner, gets it back, tries to stick handle. And that one knocked away by Crispin. Graff got it ahead. We got a breakaway. Rulo in on Valentino, fires, and Valentino makes the save, and Graff takes the backhand, but the play was whistled dead before that. Boy, Rulo flying up the middle of the ice there. Graff with a great poke to spring Rulo, and that play set up originally by Chrisman, who knocked it down. And Chrisman got it ahead to Graff. Graff out to Rulo, and Rulo in all alone, fired on Valentino. Not sure why the puck was whistled dead there, because Graff came out of there with the puck, and it was already, the whistle was being blown, so not 100% sure why the stoppage happened, but it did, and the Panthers win the faceoff. And coming the other way, still 1:15 left on the power play. And that one cleared by the Riverhawks, gets past Faulkner. He has to retreat to center ice to corral it. And Williams too far for Sinclair. But that one knocked down by Mattis, a clearing attempt by Kutch, but Kutch blocks the shot and then clears it. So the Panthers got a reset. And an offsides right there against Franklin Regional. That puck going to be dropped outside of the Armstrong end here. 7:02 left on this John F. Graff Insurance Agency game night. Well, they're switching it over to my side here. Originally thought that puck was going to be dropped on the dot closest to the Armstrong bench, but they bring it over this way. Franklin Regional controls. So final 30 seconds of the power play for Franklin Regional. That puck in on Huff. Oh boy, batted around, and Huff somehow pulled it back. It was behind his skate. He swung that stick out and pushed it back in front and was able to fall on it to force a face-off. 23 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. Looking for a goal here to tighten it up. Armstrong trying to keep the Panthers at arm's length and pick up their third victory in a row. And Rolo tried to take it out there himself, got pinballed around. But a clear there by Bashir. And down into the corner, Hooks battling for it. Power play is over. Riverhawks back to even strength. And again, special teams for the Riverhawks. Oh boy, that one deflected. That looked like a high stick. Certainly above the crossbar right there, but down into the chest of Huff. He was stuck with it the whole time. And Rexton Huff doing a heck of a job in net for the Riverhawks. He has 25 saves. Valentino on the other end, 38 in this game, just being absolutely peppered with shots all night long. You got to give Valentino credit as Franceschi comes out with speed. Franceschi one-on-one. Right now sends it across. There's Hooks, fires and finds the top corner. Hooks again, and what a play by Franceschi. Sprung it, and he goes cross ice to Hooks. Hooks had that top left corner all to himself. And Adam Hooks buries goal number 2 on the night. Riverhawks. A 3-goal lead now. A huge goal there by Adam Hooks, who has been absolutely on fire these past 2 games. 5 goals in the past 2 games for Hooks. A hat trick against Hempfield and 2 more tonight. So a huge, huge goal right there. Gives a 3-goal lead to the Riverhawks. So Franceschi, the only assist on that goal. And Adam Hooks, boy, you could see the way that, oh man, I had a perfect angle for that just being here in this crow's nest. As Hooks was breaking in on this side, the left side, and he had a nice angle, and kind of Valentino kind of scrunched up against that near post because he had gotten beaten short side the goal before in the last period. So he kind of scrunched up against that near post to take away that short side and left the top corner open on the other side of the net, and Hooks just picked it. Stuck it right in that top shelf and slammed the cupboard door. No more peanut butter for you. That was what my mom would do, you know, that's where I got that, you know, me and my brother were just housing peanut butter. She'd put it up in the top corner of the shelf because we couldn't reach it. So she'd say, no more peanut butter for you guys. You're eating an entire jar with your hands. I mean, we were young. I was probably mid-20s when she started doing that, but she always put the peanut butter up high, not allowed to have any more. Which is ridiculous. I mean, I'm a grown man. I can eat what I want. 3-goal lead here for the Riverhawks. Approaching 4:15 left in regulation. Hawks, a really spirited effort tonight on senior night. Fantastic display of offense here. Adam Hooks especially doing some real damage, but Hawks getting goals from other players in the lineup you don't necessarily associate with goal scoring. You know, Derek Chrisman getting that big one early in this contest. Under 4 minutes left here, third period. My tripod arm is a little loose. I'm trying to tighten it. There we go. Much smoother on the flow there with the tightened tripod arm as the Panthers bust in. That shot wide of the net on the left side by Gray. Stick handling around, trying to poke it in near side. That was Casey Schrader trying to go short side on Huff. And an icing call against the Riverhawks. I just heard a very loud expletive from the Franklin Regional bench area. I think usually that means if I heard it, you might have heard it because it's coming through on my mic, but hopefully you didn't. And the faceoff won. Mirando back there trying to control. And that clear stopped. Mirando able to lay a check there, and here come the Riverhawks. They get it out. Franceschi again trying to distribute. Oh boy, and he found Hooks again looking for the trick. And those cross ice passes have worked wonders for the Riverhawks. Cross ice through the slot. Rulo finding Chrisman on that early goal was beautiful. And then in the slot, Hooks had the box out there. And, you know, his brother, Logan, able to find him from the boards. And then Hooks just ripped it past Valentino, and that gave Armstrong a 4-2 lead. Adam Hooks adding another one here in the third period. On a 2-on-1, Franceschi found him, and then he did the rest. Top shelf left side for a goal that, what they say, a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous in hockey, but a 3-goal lead, well, pretty safe with that. Whoa, my goodness, what an angle on that shot. Low liner 5-hole by Jake Graff, and that's 6-2, and it's all done but the crying right now. 4-goal lead for the Riverhawks, 2:26 left here on senior night. Armstrong, vintage performance here for the Riverhawks. Offensive output, 6 goals. They scored 10 against North Hills, 5 against Hempfield, and now against the 4th place Panthers, they got another 6 on the board. And into the game, senior goaltender Kira Gordon. Good for her to get in there and get some minutes. 2:26 left on senior night. Gordon gonna get a chance to face some pucks and right into the game, and she nearly does. That one blocked to the corner. And that puck over the stick of Gray all the way back into the Panthers' end. Oh, big check coming. And on the ice right there, that's Jaden Sims. And puck in front of the net. 3-on-2 here for the Panthers. And shot saved there by Gordon. And poked away. And there is Hooks trying to take it out. Sims trying to create a little room for him. Barnhart, he's going to take it at the blue line. Barnhart trying to pass it back. And the Panthers come out of there with it. In on Gordon, she covers up. Final 90 seconds here for the Riverhawks, and it would be their 3rd victory in a row. Whoops, that faceoff's not going to center ice there, buddy. Let's turn it back. Just like, I don't know why I went to center ice there. And the Riverhawks trying to get control here in the corner, but a good bit of stick handling right there by Nick Mattis. Trying to get free in the slot, but blocked down by the Riverhawks. Inside, Gordon save. Point blank range, Gordon makes a save on Ryan Krause. So Gordon, a couple of saves since she has entered the game here. I think 3 for her so far on the stat sheet. And trying to stuff it in, Gordon holds that post. And keeps the puck out of the net, Mattis. Oh boy, Mills taking it up top right there. Knocked down as Mills was trying to create some space in front of his goaltender. Thought the Panthers were a bit too close. So Mills He was in there mixing it up, and he got popped, dropped to the ice. But seemingly fine. Lewis trying to calm him down a little bit, telling him where to go. So he goes over to his spot for the faceoff. Mills now gonna skate off. Well, Barnhart wins it back to Hooks. And we're at center ice. Puck down behind the Armstrong net. Final 40 seconds of regulation. And Lewis, oh man, Lewis was looking for the contact right there. And I don't think number 53, Igor Coughlin, I think, I don't know. K-H-A-K-L-I-N. Coughlin, I haven't heard his name pronounced, so Igor we'll call him. He didn't want any part of that. Lewis was full head of steam there. Lewis, pretty big dude out there on the ice. I wouldn't step in front of him, I'll tell you that. 20 seconds left. Riverhawks face off, knocked around, back to Hooks. And he looks ahead for his brother. Knocked off the puck right there. Final 5 seconds. And we're going to get an icing call, so the clock stops with exactly 5.0 seconds on the scoreboard. Riverhawks will be victorious tonight. 6-2. Armstrong leads. Most likely will be the final score in this one. And that shot blocked away. So another win for Armstrong, fighting to stay alive. As Kira Gordon gets some high fives and some helmet taps from her teammates. Gordon coming in for the final 2:26. A few saves for her, did not allow a goal. And Rexton Huff, a big night in net for him. He was tested. And I'll tell you what, he made some really, really athletic saves. One comes to mind of him in particular, diving back across on a backdoor shot by Tyler Spears. And I'll tell you what, he laid out for it, fully dove. And I don't know if he got a stick or a blocker or what on it, but he kept it out of the net. And that was the name of the game tonight, Rexton Huff, keeping the puck out of the net and keeping the Riverhawks playoff hopes alive. Next up for the Riverhawks, I believe, I closed the schedule, darn it. I'll pull it up here real fast. Here we go. Sorry, I closed out of it there, and now I got to go back to it. And I'll give you the remaining schedule for the Hawks. But a victory here tonight, another couple of points for Armstrong. And let's just slide it down here. All right. So after tonight's 6-2 victory over Franklin Regional, 3 more games for Armstrong at Penn Trafford. That is going to be a huge one for Armstrong, then Fox Chapel, then Norwin. So 2 games on the road of those final 3, one at Penn Trafford, one at Norwin. And then at home, final home game of the season against Fox Chapel a week from now. Just want to let you guys know that it will be special needs recognition night here at the Belmont Complex. The hockey team, the JV hockey team, varsity hockey team, and the coaches for both hosted the special needs students from Armstrong Junior Senior High School here last week. And they had a special needs skate. And the kids looked like they really, really enjoyed it. And it was a good experience for everybody involved. And so February 22nd, a week from tonight, those students will be recognized along with some adults from the area in this surrounding area here that are going to be at the Belmont. They'll be recognized and will be admitted to the game free of charge. So that will be the final home game of the season. next Thursday. Looking forward to that. A great night, a good community building exercise, if you want to call it that, a community building thing that the hockey team is doing here. And it's just been, personally, I can say that I've been around a lot of people that about 5 years ago had a very negative perception of this hockey team for various reasons. Some founded, some unfounded, of course, but, out of adversity sometimes comes some very, very positive things, and some positive things have come out of what was a really dark time for the Riverhawks hockey program and the Armstrong student population in general, really kind of getting lumped in with some bad apples. But really have they done a 180 here and just begun to really involve themselves with the community. And, really, there's something to be said about personal interaction. So much of our, perception of things is gained by social media and what this person said on Facebook or what this person put on Twitter, and then it quote-unquote goes viral, and then people believe it. Well, there's really something to be said about going out and meeting people face-to-face and, have your reputation either built or restored that way. And I think that's one thing the Riverhawks have really, really done a good job of, hockey program in particular, since what was some pretty dark days there a few years ago. And so just the culmination of those things on Special Needs Night here on the 22nd, I think it'll be really, a feel-good event and a good time for everybody involved. And just kind of, show the program coming full circle, because you can't build bridges or repair bridges unless you're out there doing the work. And I feel like, I've talked to enough people, enough students, enough administrators, enough coaches, around all of the Armstrong athletic programs, but in particular hockey with Coach Eddie Jeremy, really spearheading this on the hockey end of saying, look, we're not like that. We don't want people to believe we're like that, and we want to prove to people we're not like that, and this is what we really are, and they've done a great job. So if you get a chance, come out to the final home game here, February 22nd against Fox Chapel. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to sign off here. Our player of the game, High Top Sports Network and John F. Graff Insurance Agency player of the game. And I like to do this not so much because it saves me from selecting one player, but it's kind of a senior night thing that I like to do. The entire senior class here for the Riverhawks will be tonight's players, plural, of the game. Landon Chrisman, Aiden Kutch, Ethan Barnhart, Carson Franceschi, Adam Hooks, Logan Hooks, Luke Lewis, Nolan Mills, and Kira Gordon. Congratulations to those seniors. Wish them well in all their future endeavors, be it hockey or otherwise. And thanks to Gary Monabell and all the great folks here at the Belmont Complex for always treating me and High Top Sports Network with hospitality, generosity, and friendship. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. We're going to cut it off here. Next that you'll see us on the network will be some playoff hoops. So stay tuned to our social media platforms and find out what we're going to do, where we're going to be, who we're going to be covering. You can find it on hightopsportsnetwork.com. Of course, search High Top Sports on Facebook, at @hightop_sports on, well, heck, I'm just going to keep calling it Twitter because everybody else does. And we have an Instagram, too, at High Top Sports Network. So stay tuned and be sure to tune in next time we are on the air. It'll be playoff hoops here on the network. For the entire High Top Sports Network team, this is Josh Reckengust wishing you a wonderful evening, saying stay safe and be well.